In this video, I'm going to share with you my trading report card. This is the journal that I fill out for every trade that I take for every single day that I'm trading. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the components of a proper trading report card, a proper journal, and why it's so important to be journaling every single trade that you take. So if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you being here. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into the video. What's up, traders? My name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, hit that red button below me, just join the family. That way you don't miss any of the trading content that I'm constantly creating for you and the rest of the trading community. Now, today's video is going to be all about the trading report card that you see in front of you here. This is actually my journal for today. I wanted to share this with you live, like what I did today, so you can see how it's being used in the real world. I get questions all the time. What goes into a journal? How often should I be journaling? Why do I need to be journaling? Well, we're going to cover all of that here. So as I said already, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithms. And do me a favor, drop a comment below. Just let me know, be honest with me and yourself. Are you journaling right now today as you watch it? Just comment yes or no. Yes, I journal. No, I don't. I just want to, see from the people who watch these videos who's journaling and who's not, just so I can get a consensus, and it'll help me for future content. But today, first, let's talk about the components of this journal. Now, it is 2 pages because I'm looking at 2 different trades here. I'm actually in my second trade of the day right now. It's GBP AUD. I'm in profit, about 6 pips. I have a trade recap of this trade posted. I'll link it right here. You guys can go check that out. But we're not focused on that here today. We're focused on the journal. So the first 3 things, kind of like the generic things that I do every single day, you put the date at the top, you put the news events for the day, and then you also put your watch list right there. So it's easy to reference as you're trading because this stays open with me as I'm trading. Now, the date, of course, is important so we can come back and check this in the future. But the news is kind of what makes that equally as important, because by having the news on there, I'm able to look back at this and see accurately what happened that day. If you just look at the technical chart, you don't see the fundamental news that could have moved that chart for that reason. So you need the news up at the top there. The second piece of the journal, past the date, the news, and the watch list, is where I put each trade idea. So for today, you can see there's one 4-section tab, I guess you could say, of the journal for my first trade, and then another one right below that for this GBP AUD trade right here. So the first trade I took this morning was USD JPY. So my trade idea is USD JPY short on the break for a new low of day. Then what I do is I grade the setup, meaning I look at the technical setup, I look at the news that day, and then I decide if my risk reward is proper. So here, the EMAs could have been better today. I liked the short idea after the big drop, and the TDI really did confirm to me today that we were going to be able to, more likely than not, see this thing come lower. So that's where I was. It wasn't an A setup. Like I said, those EMAs could have been better, but past that, it was pretty solid. Now, my execution grade, that's how I act in these trades. Did I hesitate? Did I get caught up looking on the 1 minute? Did I use the 1 minute properly? The thing with this section for each trade, you want to make sure you're not only highlighting your negatives, which you do wrong and you don't want to repeat those mistakes, but you also want to make sure you're highlighting your positives. What did you do well? Even in a bad trade, if you make a mistake, highlight what you did well. I think a lot of the time people aren't giving enough credit to the things that they do well. They aren't patting themselves on the back enough, and I think you need to. You need to keep your self-esteem high. So, after you've graded your setup and after you've graded yourself on your execution, the next thing you do is you evaluate the trade. Now, what I'll typically do in the evaluation section as the trade is live is I'll put notes. The trade is developing this way, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll use those notes to come back later, like I just did a few minutes ago before starting this video, and write my full paragraph. I did well to close the trade for an 8-pip profit before news came in. The news did push the trade lower in the direction that I knew it probably would, but I have to follow my rules and I have to stick to my plan, so I did well to close the trade. Now, putting that in the journal allows me to come back to this later, Sunday, Monday of next week to just review it and remind myself, yeah, look, you did well there. So if that situation comes up again, act that way again. I'm not just pointing out the negatives, right? I'm highlighting my successes too and reinforcing those positive habits. As much as, it's kind of sad to say, we're just dumb stacks of meat as human beings, and we're easy to train. So when you do this, you're training your muscle memory almost in your brain on what's good and what's bad that fits your trading plan. So if you have a written plan, which you hear me talk about all the time, you have to be journaling. Every trade, you can see here, my GBP AUD trade. Here's the details on that one, and I'm gonna come fill this one out once the trade is finished. Now, the bottom section, these last 3 pieces of the plan are where I see most of you slacking. You'll drop off. You might do a decent job at the top, but no one's doing this at the bottom. And I hope that if you're watching this far in the video, that you can trust me that these last 3 pieces of the plan are more important than everything above it. 100%. I find that by noting what I do before I start trading, like this morning, Callie, she's our new cat. We have 2 cats. Callie got stuck under the couch. So I had to go out there with Riley at 5 o'clock this morning, wake up Riley trying to find her, and I had to go lift up the couch and pull the cat out of it. It was just a mess. She's got a cone around her head because we declawed her. Whatever, that doesn't matter. The point is that it kind of frazzled me. So I went and got my coffee, Riley went back to sleep, and I sat here and I just waited until I calmed down, and then I went to the charts, and then I got started trading. So noting that, I had enough self-awareness even at 5 a.m. when I was sleepy to do that. I noted that here in the journal to reinforce that positive habit of me knowing myself enough to say, just wait, relax. When you're relaxed, you'll make better decisions. And that's clearly what I did today. We made money today. The second piece here in this last section is where was my mind and my focus during the session. Today, ask Riley, like I said in the notes, I was very focused. Even when she woke up and came in here, I didn't even really want to be distracted by her because I was deep in it today. I was very on top of the UJ analysis. I was also watching gold. I had a couple, different ideas throughout the market, and I was on top of it. So I felt very focused, and I think that focus is a very important word for quality in a successful trader. Focus is something that a lot of traders lack. Focus is what the 1% in every industry has. So when we talk about how you're feeling about your trading, notice more, if you can, be more aware of this now. Are you focused during this session? Or are you on your phone, on Instagram, while you're waiting for a trade, doing some bullshit? Focus is very important. Focus is what's going to lead you to consistency, and that leads you to success. So I was very focused today. I felt very in control, and I want to note that, again, to reinforce what I'm doing right. And then the last piece, the biggest lesson, the biggest takeaway, right? That's so huge. So for me today, trust in the plan. It works. The UJ trade ended up falling even lower than I had, and I did well to get out of the news. The news could have shooken me up, could have done anything, so I did well to trust the plan. And now here on GBP/AUD, I'll just pull the screen over right quick so you guys can see it. You can see the trade is moving up higher now into profit. It's been a little choppy. We were up 20 pips, came back down, but now looking well like we're going to continue to move higher. So following the plan here, I'm going to put this in my journal now. Let's slide this back over. Put this in the journal now. I'm following the plan well on this trade to give it time, to give it, patience, and let it develop for what it can be for me. And this one looks like it's going to close in profit. You guys will check out that GBP/AUD video, like I said, linked above and in the description below. But that in its entirety is my trading journal. This is my report card. This is what I do every day. I date it and I save it. And I review these every single week on the weekend to see what I did last week, to see what I can improve on going into this week. And it really does help. So if you're watching this far into the video, do me a favor, drop a comment. Let me know you watched all the way through. Let me know if you're going to start journaling now, or if you haven't been, just be honest with me. Drop a comment. Let's talk. I'm always down to meet new traders and help you guys out in any way that I can. I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, like I said from the beginning, make sure you're subscribed. I'm trying to put out these videos just to get everybody thinking a little bit differently, to show you what it's like to actually trade and make money every single day. So if you have any questions, like I said, drop a comment. Do me a favor one more time, make sure you're subscribed, hit the big thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next trading video.